My name is Dheeraj Gurbani. I am one of the Salesforce consultant at Webcall Software Private Limited. This video is in the regards to functionality of eShopSync for Shopify, that is conditional sync. This feature is offered to all the objects which are collections, products, customers, orders and opportunity. Before moving forward, let me tell you the prerequisite of this conditional sync. The prerequisite of conditional sync is we have to make that store the default shop for whichever store we want to sync conditionally. So by enabling this toggle, we will make that particular store as default shop. So let's check the conditional sync for each object. Click on this collection from the left hand side, and by enabling this toggle we can enable the conditional sync. As shown in the screen, there are some filters by which we can perform the same. Let's suppose there is any update occurred for some records in the collection at Shopify's end, and we need to sync the collection record that were updated between 22nd of August 2022 to 24th August 2022. Then in that case we will enter the dates 22 August 2022 in updated after, like this, and for updated before we will enter 24 of August 2022. And by clicking on this button we can import by to the collection. So let's say we need to sync the records from Shopify to Salesforce that were created between 21st of August to 24th of August. So we will enter 21st of August here in this published after, and in published before we will enter 24th of August, and we just need to click on this button to sync the records from Shopify to Salesforce. Basically, published after and published before is working as a created after and created before. Then comes the concept of Since ID and Shopify ID. Shopify ID is the unique ID that will be associated with each record at Shopify's end. And if we want to sync any specific record and we are aware about the IDs of that record, so we can simply enter that ID in Shopify's field over here, and we will just click on this button and that record will get synced. And for Since ID, it is somewhat like if we want to sync the records from any specific Shopify ID till end, then we will enter that particular Shopify ID in this Since ID, and then just click on this import button, and that record, all the records after that ID and including that particular ID records, that will get synced to the Salesforce end. So that's all about the conditional sync for collection. Let's move to products and customers. So by enabling this button, it will get it is somewhat similar to that particular collection. So all the things are same, like updated before, updated after, published before, Since ID and Shopify ID. So it is similar to collections. Same goes with customers. Let's see to it right away. As you can see, updated after, updated before, published after, published before, and Since ID and Shopify ID. So let's proceed with this orders. So by enabling this toggle, we can enable the conditional sync. Mostly the things are same, but there are three different filters that are added in this particular orders, that are status, financial status and fulfillment status. Likewise, if we know the status of the order at the Shopify end, so that we can just make that status as open if it is open, and close and cancel, and we will just click on this button, it will get synced. For the financial status, it refers to the payment status, either it is paid, unpaid, refunded, what's the status in terms of payment. Likewise, for fulfillment, it is somewhat related to the shipping, like whether the particular order is shipped, partial or unshipped, and we can just choose one of them and then click on this button. It will get synced. In addition to it, there is one more tab, that is, as you can see, this draft order. All the filters are same, all the conditions are same, but the for the status the values are somewhat different, that is all, open, invoice sent and completed. If you are aware about the draft order, draft order allows merchants to place orders on behalf of customers, so that we can just sync the draft order if we know the status by taking any one of that status: open, invoice sent and completed. Let's move to opportunities. So by enabling this toggle, we'll enable the conditional sync, and it is similar to this order. It is updated after, updated before, processed after, and processed before, sales ID, status, financial status, fulfillment status and Shopify ID. And for draft order also it is same. So this is all about conditional sync within the eShopSync for Shopify. If you do have any query, please feel free to reach out to us. Email us on support@webcool.com.